Hi guys, I've decided to actually have a sit-down vlog to reflect about 2020.
Hi guys, I'm just
Inserting this video to tell you that if you just want to skip to actually my advice to myself and to everyone who's watching for 2021 and for the future, you can skip on the last 3 minutes of the video and see it. But if you actually want to hear me talk about my experiences for 2020, the whole video is about that, and it's just me being raw and just being myself. So if you guys like that, then I would appreciate if you keep watching until the very end. Thank you. Here, actually, it's been mental. That's the least that I could explain it, really. Looking back at right now, I was planning this when I was in the toilet. Most of my ideas, bright ideas, come when I'm sitting in my throne. Yeah, I think it's just nice to record something that I could look back in the future and also share to you right now. And it's such a raw moment, I think. Though I'd have to be honest, I was able to write some bullet points on the things that I want to say right now. So basically, it's been a year. It's been everyone welcomed 2020 with an optimistic view in life. I'm pretty sure I was partying in Siargao in last New Year's Eve. I was having the time of my life. Maybe you were with me. We were partying. It was definitely one of the most happiest, or just, it was nice. It was a nice feeling to be in your favorite island and celebrate New Year's Eve. It was one of my dreams to celebrate New Year's Eve in another place, and it was worthwhile. Though I have to say, I really cried a lot because of a lot of personal things that happened in 2019, and I was really looking forward to having the time of my life in 2020. I'm not saying I didn't, but we all know what happened here. So flashback starting in January 1st of 2020, I already knew that I'm going to leave Siargao. My island home, I mean, I live in an island anyway, but my home, people who know me knows how much I love that island. I love how I'm just naturally happy there, and I don't need a lot of things. Maybe I just need surf, rum. I don't really need the rum, but it's such an amazing place to live, and I knew that I really had to go out of my comfort zone because the Siargao has been my comfort zone at that time. So I think because I knew that I was leaving, so I had to really experience everything that I want to experience. So I ate in places I've never eaten before because you don't do it as a local. And I think I have been more appreciative of the days while I was there leading towards when I left. But middle of January, I went to Cebu for Sinulog. So I met with my brother and some of our closest friends. And it's always a good time. I love Sinulog. I think since I was 18, I was going to Sinulog. Maybe for different reasons. Maybe for right and wrong reasons. I go to party. I used to go to church. It's a very surreal experience. I think one should experience, even if they're not Catholic. I enjoyed it so much being there. We were already having scares. I remember talking to the van driver on the way to the airport from Siargao. I was going to Sayak Airport, and I was talking to him, and we were like, oh my gosh, I don't have a mask, and maybe I'm not gonna be allowed to fly because I don't have a mask. But then at that time, it was still okay to have masks. But there were already rumors going on that COVID has entered the Philippines, but we didn't really care because it wasn't such a scare. It was it will pass. I'm pretty sure it's just a normal situation. It will be okay. So I went to Sinulog mid-January of 2020. It was pretty interesting, always fun, and it's such a nice time really to spend with your friends and just feel the revelry. Well, revelry. But it's fun. I highly suggest going there. So fast forward to me leaving Siargao, I left with a really, really heavy heart. It's so difficult to leave a place that you're so happy to be in. So it's like leaving your happy place. It really felt like that. Not that I was sad, but sometimes when I feel like I get too comfortable in a particular place, then I decide that, oh, maybe I've learned everything that I have to in this place and I have to move on. And so it did. I decided to go on a journey on as long as I can. I didn't have a lot of money. I'm not fucking rich. I do not have a lot of money. When I went to, well, like, I decided to go back home first and I only have like 3-4 days. But like, on the last week before I go to Bangkok, I was looking for places that I can stay. I was really looking for places where I can offer my services in exchange. And I was able to find a hostel that I was able to do that. And it was amazing. I loved my stay in Bangkok. So in February until first week of March, I was able to exhaust all 30 days of my free visa in Thailand. And it's amazing. That's definitely one thing I'm grateful for, that I went to Thailand. It's somewhere I could live. I mean, I've only been to Bangkok. I've probably seen millions of Buddhas in there. But it was amazing. The food is amazing. The people are amazing. The culture is amazing. I don't know. I hear a lot of stories from my travel friends that they didn't really like Bangkok, but I stayed there for 1 month. I think you just have to be in the right neighborhood. I mean, I stayed there for a month, and I would easily do another month or two, maybe 3 months max. But it's so nice. I just love their food. So there's some tom yum, khao man gai. Those are my top 3 favorite food from Thailand. And when I was in Thailand, actually, there was a time when they locked down South Korea. What else? No, Hong Kong, South Korea. So all those people are barred from traveling to other countries. But it wasn't really huge yet. Like, it was spreading all over the world, but it wasn't huge yet. Yeah, COVID wasn't that huge yet. So in March, I was still able to fly to Vietnam. I was thinking of spending 3 months in Vietnam because it's a cheap country. And I didn't have a lot of money, like what I said. Well, first, I volunteered for a hostel, but it was more of like, not really a volunteer type of thing. So I immediately left the next day. So, to not settle for things that actually exploits you. So I did not support that type, and I left the next day. I'm not sorry for doing that because, like, you know, some people offer you something and then they don't really, like, fulfill their promise. So I didn't really like that. So I moved. But while I was in Vietnam, I moved to another city and rented an apartment for a whole month via Airbnb. And I decided to just stay there to work, you know, a little bit of online work to earn money so I can travel more. But definitely, like, after a few days, maybe, sorry, maybe 3 to 4 days after that, then I heard rumors that there will be an international lockdown. And so, actually, and I didn't have money because I have my money, like, only for the things that I have for, like, the next month, because then I have to work and earn. I think that's one thing that I learned, that I need a runway for, like, my funds before I travel. But good thing I have some good friends. I have a good friend, like a really good friend, who paid for my ticket on the way back. But yeah, of course, I have to pay that person back, and I was able to do that right away. yeah, it was such like it's really something to be grateful for. Like you have people who offer you this type of things. Like my ticket wasn't cheap at all because I book same day flights just so I can leave Vietnam to go back home to my island. It would take 3 flights, and it's like something that I really have to do, or else I would be locked in Vietnam. So fast forward to the lockdown, I was back in the Philippines. It wasn't that not that I needed quarantine, but then I was like, oh, just don't go out, just try to see, check your temperature, all those stuff. And if you have anything, but still on my first day, like literally the day I arrived, I was able to meet some friends and like, oh guys, I miss you so much. And then the second day until like the rest, I was just like trying to rest. It was really shitty. I think because 2020, you are alone with your own thoughts. You are isolated with your own thoughts. It's really hard, I think. I mean, I meditate a little bit. Not, I used to do daily meditation, but like there were some personal issues in 2019. Actually 2018, 2018 that made it really hard for me to meditate, and I didn't force it. But I'm able to really just stay in the present moment whenever I need to. It's easy for me to switch. But then I think it's really difficult when you are in a situation where you're used to having your freedom. Like I can do anything I want. I can go anywhere I want. Anywhere I want. Anywhere I can afford pretty much. And anywhere my passport allows me to. But it's so difficult when like you don't have the freedom to choose where am I going, what am I gonna do next. And so I planned, actually. I was like, that was March, so I was like, okay, in May I'm going back to Siargao because there's no way international travels will be allowed. But then it's still close. In May I booked a ticket to Bali for August, so that was even like April, May, June, July, August, 5 months. Still it was close, and I had to move it to January, like first week of January 2021. Still close. And then I have to move it for second quarter of 2021. Hopefully it will be allowed, but I'm not sure if it will push through. But anyway, I just want to share all these things that happened in my life in 2020 and the things that I'm grateful for. Oh, actually that was quite a long intro for the first 2 months. 3 months. And as we all know, it's like March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And it's freaking December. Crazy, right? But here we are. March to December was a blur, but it was such an experience. I have listed down things that I'm grateful for. So I call it Looking Back, Grateful for 2020. I got it on my laptop. So I'd say, number 1, I'm really grateful for friends, family, and amazing people that surrounds me. I have such a great tribe of people from everywhere around the world, and I'm just so happy. I'm just so grateful about this. That maybe I want to know what this word is in Korean, or oh my god, what does this mean in French or in German? And I don't really have to use Google Translate, because let's all say, let's all accept the fact that it's not really that like accurate, but it's always human translation is better. So grateful for friends and family. I'm very grateful we have a new I have my niece. She's super cute. And I'm always grateful for my non-existent fear of the unknown. I think that I used to really have low self-esteem, and I used to feel insecure about a lot of things. Well, I still do feel insecure about a lot of things, but there's just so much like experiences that shaped me to the person that I am right now, with that I think that I'm no longer really afraid to cut anything that does not serve me well, or anything that's toxic for me, or anything that's dulling my sparkle. And I think that trying something new has been fun. Like, I think I've been doing it quite a lot already. And let me tell you a secret, you don't need a lot of money to try something new. And if you really want it, you would actually do anything just for you to get it. If you're not doing anything for you to get it, maybe you don't want it that like much. So you have to be careful on that one. Well, worldwide isolation. Oh, okay. Thai food. I'm very grateful for Thai food. It's my favorite food. People who knows me well knows how much I love food, and Thai food is amazing. Like, amazing. Okay. Worldwide isolation has taught me to be more conscious of my decisions. I think because we were able to really just think it through. Like, have all those things. Like, what am I gonna do and stuff like that. I was able to take more time for self-development. I was able to study more and upskill more, learn more about finances and stuff like that, and I was able to actually get like my dream job. It's not too much, but it's definitely, I think as someone who loves freedom, it's definitely something that's remote, like remote job. It's location independent, and that it pays good. So that's it. I appreciate being healthy more. I think because I was keeping meals and just sleeping, and I actually like had some from time to time. I did have like hyperacidity, which sucks because it's really painful, and I think I appreciate it more when I'm not feeling it. So now I really try to eat and be healthy and avoid coffee, but sometimes I still drink coffee. Yeah, definitely appreciate more the time spent with family and friends. I've been very appreciative of every moment that I spend with people. I try my best to stay in the present moment and appreciate it, because I know that whatever is happening now is never going to happen again. May it be simple, may it be eating burgers somewhere, or drinking with friends, and it's just something that I do not want to take for granted, because it's definitely something that's very important for me. Yeah, I'm very grateful for not settling for anything less than what I deserve. One example was when I left something for, like, when I left that volunteering job in Vietnam, and also I found a job online that's very it was okay, but he was like exploiting Filipinos, so I had to leave that one. Sorry. Oh yeah, 2020 has taught me that it's okay to slow down when you need it, and in 2020 we need it a lot. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to take more time you need to process things. I'm usually very fast with things, but in 2020 I was like, oh, my brain's just not working, and it's just that, and I cannot. So I try to slow down and accept that it's okay to just slow down, that sometimes you're just not good, because life is an emotional roller coaster. You just don't always like experience the highs, but you have to bear with the lows. Not that you have to really bear with it, but you really have to live with the lows. What are you gonna do during those slow times? It's very important. Well, I think there's so much reasons, but there's so much reasons to complain, but there's just as much, if not more, reasons to be thankful for a lot of things, actually. So that's definitely one thing. I think for most people it has been a terrible year. At times it has been really terrible for me as well. Like being able to be deprived of my freedom, terrible. But definitely it is nice to just look back and see all these things. Maybe in 5 years, I'm gonna rewatch this video and laugh at myself or cringe at myself. My friends would probably play this in a huge TV with a lot of people, but it's me right now. It's such a raw moment of just looking back onto how 2020 went, really. Yeah, I think for 2021, my advice to myself and to everyone around watching, it's not to see it as a whole year and say, oh, in 2021 I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that, I'm gonna be this, that, whatever it is. But I think you always have to set your focus on a particular goal and know which steps you have to take to reach that goal. And then just do those steps little by little, and then you look back and see, oh my gosh, I actually did something worthwhile and I was really able to achieve my goals. So I think that is really something that people should know, because when we see it as a whole picture, we tend to get overwhelmed and we get scared of it. So if we do not have it, like, we do not see it as that whole picture, we see it as small, simple, small steps that are actionable, then we can definitely have it. I think one thing that I really want to leave is that prioritize yourself at times. It's not selfish to think about yourself. Do things that serve you well. Cut off toxic experiences or toxic people. It's definitely okay. And in 2021, let's be more appreciative of the simple things that we should be grateful for. Maybe internet, cell phones, or anything. I think there's always more reasons to be grateful. And yeah, I think that's just it. Thank you very much if you've watched until the end. But it's just me telling stories that I could always talk more. I am looking forward to watching this video in the future and see where it will take me. Bye guys. Happy New Year.